in various ways, such as emails, calls, texts, video calls. And media richness theory helps us determine which is the best method for different types of communication. Richard L. Daft and Robert H. Lingel introduced media richness theory in 1984 as an extension of information processing theory. So, according to them, this theory examines how effectively different communication methods convey detailed and clear information, especially for complex or sensitive topics. Media richness theory is a defined theory that explores how forms of media are fit for different communication purposes. It argues that media that are rich are best for resolving complex situations or communications, while the lean media are the best for communicating for simple, certain or casual conversations or messages. This theory is about choosing the right tool for the job. For example, you had a friend and you had to break a very complex news to him or her. So what would you do? Would you do it via email or would you do it personally? So the media richness theory suggests that richer forms of communication, those that convey more information like face-to-face conversations, are better for complicated, emotional, and ambiguous situations. In contrast, leaner media like texts or emails might be fine for straightforward information but might miss the nuances needed for the delicate conversations. The diagram provided a longitudinal perspective from top to bottom of the research about the media richness theory. So what is richness? The degree of richness of a medium is dependent on the 4 factors. The first is the immediacy of feedback, where the synchronous interactional media is richer than the asynchronous non-interactional media. The second one is the cues. The third one is the language variety, where the greater variety of words, signs, and symbols, the richer the media is. The last one is the personal focus, where the greater the humanization through warmth and sensitivity, and the personalization through differentiation for the receiver. We have another photo here in our presentation that shows the characteristics of the media richness theory. Now, we have here the examples of rich media. The first one is the face-to-face discussion or conversation. We have here Skype and video calls. We have here mentoring meeting. We have here seminars, online seminars, or face-to-face seminars. And we have also the long-form documentation. We also have here the examples of lean media, which are the numeric reports, Morse code, emergency radio broadcasts, one-off text messages or memos, bulk emails, university lectures. Media richness theory is a valuable tool for selecting the right communication method based on the context. For complex and sensitive topics, richer methods like face-to-face and video calls are generally more effective than the leaner media. They provide enhanced opportunities for clear understanding and for immediate feedback. It ensures that the message is conveyed accurately and effectively.
So have a blessed day to every one of us, especially to you, Sir Noral Versualan. I'm Jhelter Alegria. I will be the reporter for the following slides. And we have a question here. Is rich media better than lean media? Uncertainty is a gap between what we know and what we need to know. When we want to communicate something clearly and definitely, we need to reduce uncertainty. But we have here the lean media, like numeric reports or short memos, are excellent for this purpose. They provide concise and unambiguous, or unclear information, leaving a little room for interpretation. And we have, let's have the next slide. Okay, so we have here the next slide, equivocality, resolving equivocality. And on the slide you have the definition of equivocality. So, on the other hand, equivocality simply refers to the complexity and subjectivity of a problem. When dealing with the complex issues that don't have clear-cut solutions, we need to engage in rich discussions to reach conclusions. Rich media, like face-to-face conversations or video conferences, simply allows us to exchange of diverse perspective, multiple cues, and immediate feedback, making them ideal for resolving equivocality.
And now I'll be focusing on media acceptance, strengths, and weaknesses of media richness theory. Let's start with media acceptance. Media acceptance analysis is the analysis of whether someone likes or accepts a form of media. Usually, if people find a form of media useful for them, they will either accept it or reject it. It really depends. Media richness theory has enthusiastically been embraced for the study of media choice and acceptance. However, research argued that increased motivation recorded by users of richer media can be negatively offset by the tendency of rich media to overwhelm cognitive faculties. Moving on to the strengths of media richness theory, the theory is very beneficial for understanding which media are best for which task. For instance, you'll always want to use rich media, especially if you want to communicate something with debate or discussion. The 4 criteria for analyzing the richness of media make it a very practical theory. Anyone can classify and rank media based on the 4 criteria provided. And finally, we have the weaknesses of media richness theory. The theory was developed prior to Web 2.0 technologies and therefore may not be as useful for modern technology studies today. The theory would not give anyone a definitive answer about which media to use in which circumstance. Rather, it provides a framework for making that decision for yourself. The theory is not used very widely today. There are many other approaches to media analysis and media acceptance that seem to be more popular in today's age. In conclusion, the biggest mistake students make, or other people as well, is that they always assume rich media is always better than lean media, which is not true at all. Of course, it also comes with many disadvantages. The media richness theory therefore provides a great outline of how to select media for different purposes. This nuanced approach to analysis of media communication is very practical, enabling people to think about which media to use in which circumstances.